Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for the last few days I wasn't posting any YouTube video or anything, guys, because of this game. This game is evil because it's so freaking good, guys. I have a goosebumps now talking about this game. I normally don't do this kind of videos. I'm not a reviewer, I'm like a hardware channel, but this game, guys, is so extremely good, and I think people should know about this. I just wanted to let you know and maybe promote this game. I probably would do a horrible job doing that, but I don't know, it's just the game is so freaking amazing. I understand it's not everybody cup of tea, but I was so irresponsible playing this game. I put like 80 hours already, 100% achievement, and guys, I don't have time. You know, I have family, I have 3 children, but my children went to visit their family, and I'm just home alone, and I was so irresponsible, staying to the pretty much early morning playing the game because I couldn't stop. It was so addictive. I don't remember when I had such a good time with game, or such a bad time kind of. I have not enough sleep because of this game. I don't remember when I was so much fun playing games, so I just wanted to share with you guys. I do my usual thing, you know, just have my browser open and just gonna talk about this because this game is quite unique on so many levels. Look, the system requirements for this game are extremely low. When the last time you see the minimum requirements like that, RX 560 is below 1060. Look, 4 gigabytes of VRAM, that's the minimum, and recommended is about 4-6 gigabytes of VRAM. 1660 is the recommended specs for this game, or 6500 XT. Look at the CPU, guys. It's like wow, you know. And the game is so amazing, guys. I cannot even describe. I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's a Souls-like game, so it's not overwhelmingly positive, you know, like some games. It's very positive, but if you like this kind of game, guys, masterpiece. For me personally, masterpiece. The funny thing is, the game had demo before the launch. They had demo. I tried the demo and I completely didn't like the game. I thought the game is weird, the control is clunky, the animation is clunky. I just didn't like the game. I didn't feel. I thought, okay, I didn't even finish the demo. When demo wasn't very long. It's just short section and a boss. That's it. And I even couldn't do that. I just didn't like. But because of the Optimus Online, I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna try the game again. And guys, phenomenal. I just cannot describe. Now, interesting thing about this game, I also wanted to point out, is developer and publisher is the same thing, which is not that common. It happens, but it's not that common. Normally, developer and publisher are two different companies, different people that kind of work on the same project, but at the same time want a little bit opposite thing. Developer want perfect game, you know, and they want to work and make it perfect. So I don't believe like people saying, oh, developers are lazy. Usually developers don't have enough time and money from the publisher, because publisher push them on, you know, that's it. If you finish the game later, you need to release it now. So that's usually conflict of interest between developer and publisher. But when they work like this, it's the same entity, you know, they understand each other better. Well, they understand each other, they understand themselves. So, for example, like Lords of, no, that's more normal. Lords of the Fallen, that's developer and publisher are two different companies. Or Star Wars, you know, different companies. So that's potentially can be a reason why some games are not perfectly optimized, because, again, as I said, conflict of interest, not enough time, not enough money. But, you know, like Elden Ring, for example, From Software released their own games, at least in Japan. I think Bandai Namco released the games outside of Japan, but, you know, in that case, From Soft can understand itself better and can release the game when it's ready, for example. And another company who is like that is Capcom, for example, which also makes phenomenal game. So maybe there is a pattern. Maybe there is a pattern. Maybe it's a very good for games when developer and publisher is the same thing. Maybe it looks like, from at least from the example I'm showing, but maybe I don't know the full story. But again, guys, I wanted to show, you know, the game, because the game is so phenomenal and so on so many levels. Like, according to this guy, and this is yet again when I'm talking about this guy, so I like his video, he says that it's the best optimized game this year. I'm not sure if I 100% agree with that, because a little bit not fair, because it's one of the rare exceptions now when this game is also a PlayStation 4 game. So it's optimized for PlayStation 4, so very weak hardware. So, you know, when you optimize for a weaker hardware, it's a little bit unfair because it doesn't have ray tracing on all these features, but it runs extremely well even on a weaker hardware. Like for example, Steam Deck ran this game perfectly fine at like almost stable locked 60 FPS. Like the screenshot I've got, it's 75 FPS. So pretty amazing, you know, if Steam Deck can run the game and run it so well, for example. Or like I have another example, 1660 Super, look, 73 FPS at 1080p maximum setting. Best is maximum, so not even optimized settings, not like high or medium. So very amazing, look. Or 3060 guys, 1440 Ultra DLSS quality, 120 FPS, 120 1440p, amazing. The games runs really well, and the reviews of this game are already very good, and the game got way improved in my opinion from the launch day, from the release day, when the most of the reviews probably are coming from, because it's got quite few updates and the game is much better. And also I think, well, it's agreed that it's way easier now because of some balancing adjustment. So yeah, game is much easier now, and also depends how you play. It can be for some people maybe even too easy, but I think it's just perfect. The difficulty is really good, it's like perfect spot. However, depends how you play, because it's still a little bit controversial if the game is difficult or not. It depends how you play the game. If you play with specters, which is like summons in this game, it's like in Elder Ring, for example. If you play with summons, the game is quite easy. If you want to solo every boss in the game, it can be really hard. So you decide how hard the game will be for you. And also I think it depends of the approach, because the game can be a little bit like Sekiro, and you can like perfect block every attack, and if you focus exactly on that and nothing else, the game also can be quite difficult. But if you play the game, for example, more like Bloodborne or like normal Dark Souls, I think it's quite like manageable. I don't want to like, you know, show off or something, but a lot of people think that the game is quite easy depending how you play. If you use all available options and you like don't limit yourself, I think the game is quite enjoyable, easy, difficult. It's just right. I think it's just right. But guys, the game, you know, when I've heard about, oh, this is like a Pinocchio, like even sounds weird, sounds kind of cringe. And as I said, I didn't like the demo. I didn't like everything about the game. But I tried again. It's, you know, it's just an excuse, this Pinocchio. It's like, it's not even said in the game that the guy is called Pinocchio. They called puppets, but in reality, guys, they're kind of Terminators. Even the guy, the main character, is like normal boy, pretty much. It looks like normal boy. So all the mechanisms, all the robot things is under like real flesh, under the skin, under the body, except of his arm, like in Sekiro. So he's pretty much like a Terminator. And look at this picture, like the art. It's more like very dark. It's like kind of horror. It's more, the vibe is like more like in Resident Evil, more or less. Look at this, you know, like this image here. Or look at this, you know, like dead puppets. Well, they call puppets, but they kind of almost like human, you know, like androids with real brain and, you know, with souls and life. So this kind of like, you know, common theme in many games. So like old key look at the pies, like, you know, it feels and looks like Resident Evil and runs so well. Oh, look at this enemy here. Like me, this is like a mini boss, like Resident Evil. Like it's very dark, and the story is really good. In my opinion, the way the story is told, I like it more than FromSoft is doing. I like more like, for example, in Sekiro was done. I understand like Sekiro is for many people the best game from software, but guys, this game can easily compete from software games. If From Software would make this game and it was a From Software batch, I would believe it. It really feels so good. It's so amazing game. And guys, because I'm talking about this game, I just wanted to show you the game as well. But you know, I bought this game recently. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's at full price. You can find a discount if you're okay with Great Store, but it's up to you, you know. But the thing is, if you use the Grey Store, you can, like, for example, get pre-order bonus. You can buy additionally if you missed out. You know, the deluxe version and pre-order bonus are just costumes, so probably not worth the money. But I bought the game, and then I went on Steam and I bought everything extra, like deluxe upgrade, soundtrack. Even though I don't care about this, but guys, I enjoy this game so much. I had to support the developers. I'm talking about this game, guys. I have a real goosebumps, you know, because it's phenomenal. I just wanted to share. I want to just give respects to developers and maybe like heads up, because it's not very big studio. It's the first game, like the first bigger game from this studio. So I just wanted to tell you. And also, some people find the game so good that it's suspicious. That this guy, for example, on Steam forum says it's suspicious that the game is so good and they probably stole the game from somebody, because it's impossible that the game can be so good from such a small developer. I find it funny. And you know, you can also, if you're interested, you can play this game on Game Pass on PC. So kind of for free, you know, it's not for free, but if you already have Game Pass, then yeah, it's on Game Pass as well. And you can try Game Pass for 14 days for like £1 or probably $1 in other parts of the world. So there is that. But guys, the game is so phenomenal. As I said, I 100% this game. I put 80 hours, but I just wanted to show the performance. Yeah, just excuse, guys. So, you know, you start as this boy. Well, look, it looks like a normal guy. Yeah, like young boy with this hand, like Sekiro. And of course, later in the game, you have changed the hand, have different things. So a little bit like Sekiro. And you know, people are saying that the game is very hard, but it's not that hard. It's not like I'm flexing. Like Sekiro, yes, Sekiro is like 10 times harder. So I don't want to flex. It's just, I don't want people to be scared of this game, because it's really not that difficult, especially depending how you play the game. But guys, like for example, well, how I play actually. Let me check. Graphics. So 4K, unlimited, no FSR. Yeah, 120 FPS. But normally you change graphics, you know, you put high, and normally you add DLSS. So DLSS quality would be similar to native 1440p. That would be like 1200p. DLSS performance is 1080p input resolution, which is still interesting. It's still higher than DLSS quality at 1440p, because if you have 1440p monitor and you add DLSS quality, the input resolution is not 1080p, it's 960p, so below 1080p. Interesting facts, you know. So, but even if I play like that, absolutely nothing. But you know, that would be more normal. You know, the performance is amazing. But guys, like, you know, because I'm playing the game, if you want to make this game like possibly easy, I would recommend probably the rapier. The fast weapons are probably easier to start with, and there are different ways to play this game, and I would just, you know, so I think the people find it difficult if they want to play the game like Sekiro, like perfect block, because you can perfect block and it's like a parry. But you can just normal block, so it's more like Souls game, or you can roll, which is more like, yeah, Souls or Bloodborne. In Bloodborne, roll is the main defensive tool. But you can also run, like avoid the attack, run away, come back and attack. Or with fast weapon it's very easy, you know, just run to the enemy and just do like that. And just press R1 or just attack button, and yeah. You don't worry about stamina, even at the very beginning of the game, because it's such a light weapon. It's so easy to play. But again, there's different strategy. Like one of the other strategy, you wait for attack and just roll. Wait, not do that. Don't take control. Like that, and then attack. Or just provoke and run away and run back. I think this is the easiest way. So like that, you provoke. If you don't attack straight away, you provoke. It's like that. Like easy peasy. But you know. And you can even do like a backstab if you fast enough. So that's my recommendation. Don't try to play like Sekiro. Don't play like with everything perfect block. It's very important, by the way. It is important, but it's like emergency when nothing else works really, because it's very rewarding when you can pull it off, but it's also more difficult and more risky. But guys, let me show you the weapons in this game, because let me leave this game. So I'm in 4th play. So new game plus. So look guys, you can combine weapons, which is very, very cool. For example, I'll show you. So rapier is my like starter weapon, yeah? And I like the weapon and upgraded the weapon, for example. And then I find another weapon, which is like a signpost. Like a street signpost. And you can change the blade and attach the blade to that. So from my rapier, I attach the rapier blade to this signpost and I make like a lance. So this is my rapier, and this is, the same blade but on a different handle. And you have different moveset. Really cool idea, really cool. So even if normally you upgrade the weapon and you just stick to the weapon, because you stick to your upgraded weapon, yeah? You don't change weapon to every new one you find. But because of this idea, every new weapon is interesting, because you take your upgraded blade and put on a different handle, and you have completely different moveset with your favorite handle. Like really cool idea. And you have this hand, look, like in Sekiro I have these two favorites, like shield. So for example, you have shield, and you can do like in Dark Souls, you can attack and block at the same time with a lance. So really cool. Or have this, it's more like Sekiro, but very powerful move, really cool. All with this, so stagger, amazing. And some weapons, guys, so cool. Like look at this, and it starts spinning, like even looks good. Or I need to show you like some, like really like some weapons. Like, look at this one. So this is like a time crystal underneath the stone, and when you attack the enemy, you break the stone. And description of the weapon says that it reverses time. So you expose the crystal under the stone, but it's because it's a time stone, it reverses time and get covers in stone again. Like so cool. Or like this weapon, for example, you can extend the handle and make it longer. Like really, really cool weapons, like Bloodborne kind of thing. Or it's like removes the blades. Look, like with the description here, look. When you spin, it's like the small blades reattached. Or this one here, this. No, it's like that. So it's like on a string. Like the weapons are really cool. But the whole game is so cool. It's not really planned review. I'm not a reviewer, so I'm doing a horrible job. But because I really want to respect the developers, I really wanted to share with you my excitement and this amazing game, so maybe give this game a chance if you're interested in Souls-like game, or even if you're not. A lot of people say they don't like Souls games, but this game was an exception and they love this game because it's so uniquely different and you don't get lost. Like the story is like normally told. The story is interesting. You can play just for the story as well. It's like interesting. What doesn't even mean to become a real boss. It's quite dark what doesn't mean in this game. So I don't want to spoil because I think it's very, very good game. And yeah guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. I hope I didn't made too bad of a job and I didn't do this service for the game and for the developer. So the 10 people who watch me, I hope you don't get mad at me, you know, and developers won't get mad at me. But this game, guys, I have a goosebumps talking about this game. It's so freaking good. But at the same time, I don't want to overhype as well, because that sometimes can be worse as well. So once again, guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.